I've asked for just assistance on it. That's what we're doing.
I'm going to call the sheriff's department again.
So do you have whatever paperwork or whatever information you have? Is that something physical you have?
Yeah, it was physical. They took it from me.
Credentials.
They took it from me, and then they kicked me out. So I have to go back to Lou Sterrett to get
I'll
it.
pull you for a second. We're going to talk about it, then we'll leave.
And then you'll leave?
Yeah, he and I will talk.
I'm trying to get you access.
Oh, please. Okay,
okay.
then we'll be here. All right. Listen, we're here at Baylor Hospital. Some of you all saw on the feed earlier. There was last Wednesday, a young man by the name of Lyndo Jones was shot while seated in his own car. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. He's been in the ICU and he's been held for 6 days. The conditions in which he has been held is he was held in handcuffs. His family has been denied access to him. They contacted my office 2 days after he was shot, when they just learned about him being shot. I contacted Mr. Moore, who's a criminal attorney here in Dallas, and to discover what was the criminal nature of his charges, and he discovered that there have been no criminal charges filed against him. And so, of course, we demanded his immediate release from custody, that the chains be removed, that his family be granted access to him. When Mr. Moore went to visit him, he was being unlawfully interrogated by the Mesquite PD under the authority of the Dallas Sheriff's Department, and Mr. Moore had to be forcibly removed from the hospital. We caused a bit of a stir about it by calling the media, preparing a writ of habeas, and went back to see our client, and have moved him out of his bed.
Right.
And now we're trying to figure out where they have moved our client, who was shot once in the back, once in the stomach, who was unlawfully interrogated, who has been unlawfully detained, and they're playing hide the citizen.
This is the second time he's been removed from a room. The first time occurred when, upon hearing that their family member was shot, the mother of his child came looking for him at Baylor, and when she found him after the police wasn't providing her any information, after she found him on her own recognizance, they moved him. They moved him again today, but this is after I came this morning to speak with my client, and me finding out that he was being interrogated by Mesquite PD without my consent or his consent. I tried to end that interrogation immediately, and I was forcibly removed by Baylor PD. And since we've coordinated with Baylor Hospital since then, they're trying to allow us access once again. But once we get back to his room, he's moved. They moved him for a second time, and we don't know where he is.
So I've not seen any clearer case of constitutional violations. Not only do you have the excessive force where the client was shot unarmed in his own car, accused of being a burglar suspect, and the media misled that this man was shot during a burglary. He was then detained in the hospital. His family was denied access to him. They weren't given, as he was fighting for his life, they were not given updates on his medical condition. His doctor said that they were not allowed to give updates. And now he's been denied counsel and literally hidden. Like, they literally took him out. I couldn't imagine anything more blatant, being more blatantly violative of the Constitution. And so we will keep you all updated. Share this video so that the word gets out, because if it's not reported the right way, then they continue to make up stories. To this date, the man has not been charged with a crime.
No charges.
And so I honestly anticipate that they will backtrack and attempt to make up charges, but we've been clear. Every law enforcement officer that we spoke with, and their justification for questioning him today was that he was a witness, not a suspect. So we expect this to be handled the right way. I want the identity of the officer. We want him immediately released from custody.
We want the body cam and the dash cam.
We want the body cam and the dash cam footage released to our offices so we can prepare for our civil suit, and we want our habeas petition granted immediately.